fellow Americans, if you have children in the room, okay, please, please, get them the hell out of there, okay, because it's going to get really ugly in here. Believe me, that I can tell you, okay? Thank you, Donald. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Where's my Coke? Give me a Coke. Give me a Coke, please. I have a thing with Cokes. He does. He's got a thing with Cokes. Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Clive, the world's greatest impressionist, and my Trump can't be beat. That I can tell you, okay? So we're going to have some fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. Believe me, that I can tell you. So we're going to read Trump's tweets, okay? And have a few comments on the way, too. And this isn't about red versus blue and all that crap you hear everywhere else. This is just common sense. It's easy. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. I wish more people had it. Sure keeps you out of a lot of fucking trouble, that I can tell you. Jesus. Probably shouldn't have been going that fast. I don't know, maybe. Common sense. Anyway, okay, so let's read the tweets. Here we go. Let's read the tweets. What do I have for today, folks? Oh, boy, what did I do here? Here we go. Okay, here's the tweets. Here's the tweets. Oh, dear. Let's go back. What do we have? This is back to here. This is fine. So, yeah, this is yesterday. Well, let's start with yesterday. So he returned from France, where, of course, you know, Macron, he insulted us. What a dick, Macron, right? This French guy. You know, the French, they're, for most intents and purposes, they're pretty much fucking useless. I mean, what do they do? They lose wars and they go... we have to go... Our nationalism has to go bail them out. How stupid is that? Trying to fucking insult us while we're out. It's nationalism is opposite of patriotism. Trump should have stood up and said, "Oh yeah, fuck you, Macron. Fuck you, dickwad. Go to hell. You go to hell. You go to hell. No, you go to hell. I'm not going to. Excuse me. You're going to hell." What the hell? I don't understand the mentality of someone like this. You know, the French. We saved their ass twice. We saved China's ass. How many times? I mean, you know, we saved Russia's ass. A lot of people don't know that. Back in the, it was before World War. Was it when? Was it the 20s? The 1920s? Oh, they had this huge famine and we sent all kinds of food and money over there. This is the thing. You see, you know, you've ever heard the phrase, no good deed goes unpunished? That's it. That's what it means. You do good for other people and they just shit all fucking over you. Kind of pisses you off too. And then we're at this point where essentially the whole world, you know, and celebrities and everybody else is just dumping on the United States and dumping on Trump and dumping on you and me and Jesus Christ. You'd think they'd be content with all that fucking money they make, wouldn't you? I don't know. That's why. I don't know. That's why I think any celebrity now that has any suggestion about you and me should embrace socialism, they need to give up a large portion of their salary, the money they make, because they make it from you and from me. We watch their shit, right? So doesn't it make sense if they want socialism? I'm going to keep hammering this home. Jim Carrey, I hope you're listening. You like socialism. Your whole entire world, your income, everything came about from people, Americans, watching you. So we're going to take a portion of that money and distribute it back to the listeners, back to the viewers. It'll work, believe me. We'll have this country fixed up. That everybody can do well. These celebrities, they don't need to be living that large. Oprah. What's she worth? You know, sometimes you think about it, you go, what are these people worth? And instead of just sitting back and going, oh my God, you're so rich. Oh my God, it's so awesome. I love her. And it'd be nice to kind of go, you know, bitch, you don't really need all that fucking money. You know, you should be helping people in this country, starving people on the streets. Well, you and your fat ass are sitting there making your, oh, that's good fucking recipes. What's so special about, oh, isn't there a new one? There's a new pizza, right? Oprah, we have a new pizza crust. I have to get Oprah's voice down. It's a new pizza crust, and girl, let me tell you. She goes, and girl, let me tell you. What did she say? A third of the crust is made from cauliflower. Oh, whoopee fucking do. Which means that 3/4 of the fucking crust is made from, you guessed it, flour and bread. Make you fucking fat. So that means your thighs are still gonna grow by 3/4. What a scam, right? Didn't you think maybe she could have spent that money to help some poor people and think she could live off maybe, I don't know, $500,000 a month instead of millions? I'm really starting to get sick of this shit. If they're going to be calling us out and acting like they're better than we are, you know, I mean, their money came from us. Just viewing. It's not like, you know, they're working hard at a store or something and you buy their products and they're working hard. Yeah, they're just viewing. You're just viewing and they're getting checks. Hey, look, I got some more viewers. I mean, it's nice, but, you know, you don't need all that. Like Obama would say, it sounds like something Obama would get behind. Actually, I hate to say it. If you didn't build that, you don't need all that. But I digress. Let's get to the tweets. Just returned from France, where much was accomplished in my meetings with world leaders. Yes, even that asshole. What's his name? Putin. But I didn't talk to him. Putin. Just start calling him Putin. Just returned. It was a great meeting, and never easy bringing up the fact that the U.S. must be treated fairly, which it hasn't. Okay, it hasn't. On both military and trade, we pay for large portions of other countries' military protection, hundreds of billions of dollars, for the great privilege of losing hundreds of billions of dollars, okay, with these, for what, right? For what? I told them that this situation cannot continue. It is, and always has been, ridiculously unfair to the United States, okay? Massive amounts of money spent on protecting other countries, and we get nothing, okay? Bupkis, bullshit, nothing. We get absolutely fucking nothing. But trade deficits and losses. That's right. It is time that these very rich, kind of goes back to the celebrity thing, huh? Right? They're living large, taken from everybody else. Very rich countries either pay the United States for its great military protection or protect themselves, and trade must be made free and fair. Believe me, that I can tell you. Free and fair. And we all remember what it was like when they protected themselves. Don't we? They didn't. Fucking wieners. We can't handle the United States. Can you please help us out? Nazis, they're not going to do anything. They're just, they're nothing. Nothing. Yeah, right. So that's nationalism, right? You believe in your own country, so you don't want it. You're like, that's what we were saying before World War II. It's way over there. We don't want to get involved. Why? Because we're worried about our nation. I think Bill Burnett said it best tonight. Oh, all this nationalist bullshit you hear, everybody. And he said, he says, our national anthem is not, I pledge allegiance to the United States. It's like one nation. It's not. He's not saying one global I'm not one other country, one whatever. It's one nation. My nation. This whole argument is so stupid. And like I said, if they want to talk about, it has something to do with fascism or something, the other part of that word was National Socialist Party. So these people can, kiss our ass when they talk about that. It's like they'll walk around all the time using the socialist word. Socialism. You want socialism? Just give me your income. I'll just give it to me right now. Will you stop? All right. So that's what I feel about that, believe me. The Florida election should be called in favor of Rick Scott and Ron DeSantis in that large numbers of new ballots showed up out of nowhere, folks, okay? Nowhere, out of nowhere. They're just there. They showed up. We don't even know why. And many ballots are missing or forged. Forged, and you know what that means, folks, right? You know what it means? Fake ballots. Fake ballots. That's fake ballots. Can you believe this, though? Can you believe this shit? An honest vote count is no longer possible. Ballots massively infected, okay? Infected. It's like Ebola, okay? Ebola. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing, Must go with election night. Must go with election. Well, that'd be nice. Look, I mean, of course, you can't. There's always going to be the opportunity, the possibility of a recount and all this crap. Fine. we have to. But the way they're doing it is ridiculous. And this freaking, who is this? Snipes chick? Snipes, whatever. What is she? Freaking Wesley Snipes' aunt or grandmother or some shit? I mean, Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, because he got busted in tax fraud. That proves it. She's a crooked bitch. It's so stupid. I mean, she's obviously incompetent. Why do we let these incompetent people stay in power? And people saying, "Oh, Rick Scott could have taken her out." Well, yeah, he probably could have. What were you doing, Rick? Well, I'm not sure that we need to really look at that, and we'll go ahead and we're going to look at that and see how things work out. It's going to be we're going to. Got a weird way of talking, this guy. Apparently, he gets some things done. He's a good businessman, makes a lot of money for himself. Yeah. Okay. Do you need all that, Rick? I think you can give some of that to the people. Give it to the people. We need it. Please, believe me. All right. The prospect of presidential harassment by the Dems is causing the stock market big headaches. Bigly headaches. You saw the stock market? Yeah, it was kind of going, I don't know about this. It's kind of bullshit. California firefighters, FEMA, and first responders are amazing and very, very brave. Very brave. Bigly brave. Thank you, and God bless you all. You're wonderful people. Very wonderful people. Unlike Jim Acosta. We're going to deal with that in a minute, believe me. Going to watch the video. That was so fucking funny. The press guy. Excuse me, I'm talking. What a dick. All right. American Cable Association has big problems with Comcast. They say that Comcast routinely violates antitrust laws. These guys are acting much worse and have much more potential for damage to consumers than anything AT&T, Time Warner would do. That wasn't my tweet. That was some other guy's tweet. He wrote it. Charlie Gasparino. We like Charlie. Great guy. Good friend of mine, by the way. What? Yeah, I don't know these things. What with Comcast? The cable company I have is called Spectrum. And it's all this, they're threatening, we're going 100% digital now, 100% digital. Huh? You've been digital. Oh, no, we're really going digital this time. It's like, you know, of course, I have all the updated boxes, so because they're warning, you know, like all the elderly people who have like the really old shit. But it's like, you know, you got to have the new digital stuff. Every box I have has a hard drive in it. They're such a joke. A lot of them they malfunction, and they must be using Seagate drives. I've had such bad luck with Seagate. Not that there's anything wrong with them, of course. I'm sure they're great drives, but everyone I've had crashed early. Okay, very early. Believe me, that I can tell you. So, yeah. So these boxes. So I get this company Spectrum, and you got all these fancy commercials on TV, right? And Ellen, I'm narrating them, and I'm just so clever. And I have all those, you know, those cute little inflections. Don't eat that. Sorry. Oh, whoops. That's not a trail. Excuse me.
Will you shut up, Ellen? How much did you make for that?
Actually, Ellen, you know what? I don't think you need all that money. None of these celebrities, right? Here we go again. They don't need it. Give it back to the people. All you're doing is sitting there reading a fucking script. People going, oh, you're one to talk, Michael. Yeah, I know. But I don't make that kind of money. If I did, I'd be giving it back to you. A lot of it I would. I would, man. I tell you what, I live, people who know me, I live so basically. As long as I've got cable TV and a computer and a hot rod car and another car and another computer and no, seriously, but I do. I mean, I have my little gadgets, but other than that, man, I mean, I don't need a big mansion that you know, if you ever priced some of these, I was just looking the other day just for shits and grins. And you look on you know, this house, there's one down in Miami, it's for sale, it was on what's the site? Zillow? And it was 13 million? Or was it 100? I mean, it was outrageous. It was like, and it was so funny because the mortgage payment was like $500,000. Like, wow. Could you imagine that? Imagine, you know, you're just like, we're going to have to let you go. But I need that money. Oh, you'd be screwed. Screwed. You'd be so screwed as Hillary. Worse than that, actually. So, yeah, man, these houses, I mean, I don't need all that. Christ. Give me some land and a mobile home, and I'm happy. I'm good to go. Quit laughing. It's not funny. You know, that's all I need. I don't need all that crap. So, if you think about it, it does kind of make you wonder what the hell they do with all that money. What the hell? Here's the one that kills me. The people who do they make like millions, billions. You know, they're worth like 80 million, 100 million, all this. It's like, well, excuse me, what the fuck are you doing with all that? What do you, like every month, what do you do? I mean, it's just astounding, really, isn't it? I mean, when you think about it, it's like, what the fuck do you do with that? But we're not supposed to call them greedy? Fuck that. I'm going to call them greedy fucking bastards. That's unbelievable. And there's starving children. And then a lot of the times, like these people over in the Silicon Valley, and these people are wealth beyond the dreams of avarice. They've got so much fucking money. And then here's, you know, poor people in the streets shooting up with needles and shit all over the place. Well, I mean, you know, it's California. It's what you do there. It's what you do. So, yeah, so in the meantime, they're just putting all that money in the bank. It's weird to think about it, really. You put yourself in their shoes. It's like, what do I do with all this fucking money? I'll just keep it. I'll just be fucking greedy. And then these ones, the ones that kill me are the ones that keep working. They just keep working. They're working and they're making more millions. And they're, or you know, if it's a movie star or something, they're in another movie, I'm like, will you just, I would so retire. I would be gone. I mean, I'd be like, I'm good. I'm good. All right, let someone else come in and take a turn. Don't have that from them, man. They just want to hog it. Hogs. They're fucking pigs. Pigs. Don't like it. Not good. It's not good for our economy. So here we go. So should we get back to the tweets? I digress frequently. I can't help it, okay? It's my ADD or whatever the hell you want to call it. ADHD. Something. When I was in school, they didn't know what it was. Either that or my mother purposely ignored it. Oh, he's fine. He just needs to buckle down and go to work, get his work done. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, it's fine. I turned out fine. I'm good to go. Look at all I have. Okay. Emmanuel Macron suggests building its own army to protect itself. Europe against the U.S., China, and Russia. I just can't help read that and think, oh, we already saw this play out 60 years ago. What was it? 70 now? Yeah, protect Europe against U.S., China, and Russia. But it was Germany in World Wars I and II. How did that work out for? Oh, see, all I had to do is see. Trump and I were on the same page. I'm on the same page as Michael Clive because he's a brilliant guy. He's an absolutely brilliant guy. One of the most talented people on the planet. Unbelievable. So, yeah, see, how did that work? That's so funny he said that. They were starting to learn German in Paris before the U.S. came along. Pay for NATO or not. It's basically, he's right, though. What would people want, and there's people who would read that and go, oh, that's terrible. How could he say that to them? Oh, what do you want him to say? Oh, no, don't build any. No, don't. We'll keep giving you everything you want and expect nothing in return. It's fine. We're used to it. We'd love to do that. We want to keep taking it up the ass. We love it. It feels so good. So good. So good. Stupid. Yeah, good luck with that, France. On trade, France makes excellent wine, but so does the U.S., okay? In fact, I have a wine company in... No, he probably does, right? The problem is that France makes it very hard for the U.S. to sell its wines into France. And charges big tariffs, okay? Big tariffs, okay? Very big ones. Whereas the U.S. makes it easy for French wines and charges very small tariffs. Not fair. Must change. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Give me a Coke, please. The problem is that Emmanuel suffers from a very low approval rating in France. 26%. Did you know that? And there's an unemployment rate of almost 10%. It's pretty bad, folks. And not to mention all the fucking Muslims he's got over there. There's a lot of Muslims. Thanks to what's-her-face in Germany, that dumb bitch. Donald? What? It's true. She's stupid. She let all those stupid people in there. They're not stupid. Some of them are, okay? Some of them are very stupid. He was just trying to get onto another subject, okay? By the way, there is no country more nationalist than France. Very proud people, and rightfully so, okay? Make France great again. And if you don't, well, by golly, believe me, we'll come in and take it over and we'll make it great again. How about that? Would that be okay? We'll take your stupid asses over. You'll be speaking English quicker than who'd have thought. That I can tell you. By the way, when the helicopter couldn't fly to the first cemetery in France because of almost zero visibility, okay? Zero. I suggested driving. Secret Service said no. Too far from airport and big Paris shut down, okay? Speech next day at American Cemetery in pouring rain. Little reported fake news. Okay. It reminds me of what's his name, remember? I get no respect. Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect. I get no fucking respect, and I'm sick of it. I got no respect. When will Bill Nelson concede in Florida? When will he concede, folks? When will he do it? The characters running Broward and Palm Beach voting will not be able to find enough votes. Too much spotlight on them now. They're not going to be able to find them. They're not going to be able to make them up, which is what I think. My theory is because the reason all this is going on is because it was so close. Honestly, I think it was so close because the Democrats were already fucking cheating. I really think that. I think they had a bunch of shit going on. Who knows? George Soros? Hey, man. What is he, like the richest guy in the world? He pays for all this underhanded shit. He pays for these riots and stuff for these dumb shits to come out to. Hey, what the hell? He could pay to, with all that kind of money, you could pay to have some pretty convincing looking voter, not voter IDs, but ID cards. Right? Damn right. Bunch of illegals. Hey, here's yours. Everybody, get your voter ID cards right here. I'm not kidding. I mean, when I went in, of course, they verify it in the database. But the way it sounds, it's like some places were like, oh, we don't have a database. Just go on in and vote. And indeed, if you're a Democrat, it sure seems to me like, they'd be like, it's okay. Don't go ahead and vote. Go ahead and vote. You're okay. It's okay. Go on in there. Don't tell me it didn't happen. Don't tell me that. I know it happened. Yeah. So, are we almost done here? We're almost done. Good. So, the story in the New York Times concerning North Korea developing missile bases is inaccurate. Well, we fully know about the sites being discussed. Nothing new and nothing happening out of the normal. Just more fake news. I will be the first to let you know if things go bad. You will? I hope you will, because we're counting on you. We mourn for the lives lost and we pray for the victims of the California wildfires. I want to thank the firefighters and the first responders for their incredible courage in the face of grave danger. And those fires are horrific, man. So it's official. This is the worst fire in California history. A couple days ago, it was like the worst since like early 1900. But now it's the worst. I mean, the whole city, it just looks like a war. It looks like some place in Syria that got just wiped out. So sad, all these people. And there was a woman on the news. She's going, oh well, I forget the name of the town, but she was like, oh well, we used to joke about it. Well, it's fire doesn't come up here. Omen, some shit you just don't want to say, but that's just sad. So sad, man. I mean, you're tired. Imagine you're tired. You don't have time to get everything. That's one of a lot of people's greatest fear, is a flood, your shit gets wet, but you can still salvage some of it. A fire, forget it. It's yet done. You'd lose everything, man. Everything. It's just so frightening. Wow. I can't even imagine. I really do feel for those people. And definitely our prayers go out to them. Bigly. They need it. And any support you can give them, money, donations and stuff. Of course, it should mostly come from all the celebrities out there. But I mean, they can afford it. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. All this excess living they do. It seems ungodly. That it's like, can you not live on $250,000 a month? This maybe we need to set some sort of limit. Hold on there, Michael. Now you're getting into some. Shut up. It only applies to certain people, though. How about that? Is that okay? All right. What was this? What is it? Why didn't I miss this one? Today we gathered for Diwali. is Diwali. It's a holiday observed by Buddhists, Sikhs, and Jain. I don't know what the hell. Throughout the United States and around the world, hundreds of millions of people have gathered with family and friends to light the Daya. And to mark the beginning of a new year.
Well, I don't know what the hell that's all about. Some sort of, here it is again. It was my great honor to host a celebration of Diwali, the Hindu Festival of Lights, in the Roosevelt Room at the White House this afternoon. Very, very special people. It was pretty nice, though. Thank God it wasn't a bunch of Muslims, because I don't think I could have. Boom! Here we go, boom. Boom! Boom! Record high business optimism. Need for employees at 45-year high, okay? And I'm not talking about illegal employees. Stay the fuck out, okay? Thank you very much. All right. And speaking of which, let's have a little fun, folks. Oh, let's watch the video together. Let's watch this little exchange. This was so freaking funny. Let's go.
In the midterms.
Here we go.
Here we go. If you don't mind, Mr. President, that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it.
Why?
Thank you for telling me that, asshole. Why don't you just get the fuck out of this room and let other people go?
Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants
in
this election
to
try to keep them?
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process, and I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign.
Excuse me. I'm talking. Okay, excuse me. Shut the fuck up, Jim.
You know, I don't get. Does Jim really need this shit explained to him again? I mean, how many times has it been in the news? Okay, there's a process. You got to come in legally. If you don't, you're breaking the law. I mean, how many times do we really need to fucking go over this? Who doesn't know that? I mean, every year, all through the year, there's different periods. We have these celebrations of people who go through the work, pay the fees, and do everything they're supposed to do legally to become citizens. And they're so excited. And they're not excited when they find out that a bunch of yahoos are just walking up here and, oh, we're going to come through. I got news for you, folks. Just a desire to live a better life in America is not a fucking asylum case. I'm just telling you, that's the way it is. I use the analogy all the time. It's like breaking into your neighbor's house because they're doing well and they're not. Oh, well, sorry, well, you're doing well, we're not. So fuck you, we're going to live here. Yeah, well, you know, that's not how it works. Fucking get your own shit in order. Where was I today? Somewhere else again. It was another donation thing, right? It was it a Vitamin World shop? I was checking out. I was like, hey, do you want to give donation for this? Like, what? Another one? What? I flip people out a lot of times. So they probably think, who's this asshole? Like, what? It was like, oh, well, we'll donate to vitamins for, it was just some really poor country, right? Some old, very ancient old country. And I said, well, I don't know, the vitamins, are they going to sterilize them? And he kind of laughed. I said, you know, I mean, these civilizations are older than ours, and they still don't have their shit together. I said, no. That's my philosophy. I'm telling you, because you give and you give and you give and you give and you give lots. And they still do, you know, I mean, look, you know, people do this in their home, you know, with their kids. You know, it's like you keep helping them out. You keep giving. Eventually you go, look, son, you know, daughter, whatever. Son, daughter, okay? Transgender, whatever the hell you are. We've been giving you a lot of shit and, you know, you're not learning. You're just taking the shit. So, no, I mean, we want them to do well. It just makes no sense. But I digress. Let's...
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
They're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an
you
invasion.
Should, honestly, you know what?
Away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings
Let
would
me
be
ask,
much better.
if I may ask one other question, Mr. President.
Oh, well spoken, well spoken. Thank you very much. Jim, you're an asshole. So, now this chick coming up here, oh, she's got the bad eye closed shot. There we go. She's a trooper. She just comes right up there, and look at this.
One of the other folks.
That's
enough.
Give me that.
Oh.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Nope,
Mr. President,
okay.
That's enough.
Let me get
Mr.
down
President,
here.
I had one other
Peter,
question.
let's go.
Wow, she knows what to do, right? She's like, okay, let me get out of the way.
I may ask on the Russia investigation.
Let's see that again.
That's enough.
I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question,
let's
if
go.
I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with
you
the
may have
Russian
indictments coming
investigation because it's a hoax.
Are you-
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I love that. I love that he just walks away from the podium. I was wondering what he was going to do. I'm like, how does he handle this? I would have gone ballistic. Excuse me, Jim. Give the mic to her. Give the fucking mic to her. Jim, don't make me come down. I'm going to kick your fucking ass, Jim. I'll beat the hell out of you. You and CNN, you are very bad. You're, what did he say? You're very, you're a very terrible person. Yeah, I'm going to kick your ass. Fuck you, Jim, and everyone that looks like you, okay? Believe me, that I can tell you. Oh, my God, I would have just... This.
I tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
Remember that. A rude, terrible person. You don't want to be a rude, terrible person. Okay? Believe me, that I can tell you. I mean, my God, how many, and people, like I said, this is not Jim's first offense. He knows he's a dickhead. He knows he's an antagonist. He knows he's an asshole. And you don't go into the White House and behave like that. You don't go into your neighbor's house and behave like that. And if your neighbor said, we don't want you to come back, we're sorry, what are you going to do? Hey, man, it's my right to come into your house. Fuck you. You're going to act like that? Show a little fucking respect then, and maybe we'll let you back in. What a fucking bunch of nuts, man. These people are crazy.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Peter, go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts.
Oh, shut the fuck. You know what? You're not much better. You're not much better. Didn't he say that to him?
Well, I'm not a big fan of yours either. So.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm not a big fan of yours either. You're also an asshole. I'm also, in fact, you know what? Should have rolled his sleeve. I'm going to come down. I'm going to kick both of your asses. Get over here. You're both fucking going down. Believe me, that I can tell you.
To be honest.
So let me ask you a question. If
To be honest.
You repeatedly
You
said...
You aren't the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly, over the course of the...
Just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President, over the course...
He's still talking. Look, he's walking off now.
Last several days of the campaign,
I'm not going to answer.
Sir, at the end of the campaign, you repeatedly said that Americans need to fear Democrats. You said would unleash a wave of...
Excuse me. You want a fucking piece of me? You want a fucking piece of me? I'm going to come down there and rip your fucking throat out. Can you imagine that? Oh, my God, that would be awesome. Stop fucking with me and the people's house here, right here. Just stop fucking with us. We're over it, okay? Jim Acosta, you're a shameful, bad, terrible person. How does he... I love how he uses his words.
violent crime
let's wrap it up.
Endangers families everywhere. Why are you
Because
pitting
they're very weak
Americans?
on crime.
Why
Excuse
are you
me.
pitting? Why are
Excuse
you
me.
pitting Americans
Peter.
against one another, sir?
Peter, what are you trying to be him?
No,
Peter,
I'm just
let me
asking the question.
Let me just tell you. Very simple. Because they're very weak on crime. Go ahead, take...
What are you talking about? Pitting Americans against Jesus Christ? People, I think people are smart enough now to know that people that are pitting people against people are, it's not Trump. Trump's the guy who just says shit for what it is. And see, forget it. I'm getting ahead of myself. But this shit's been going on for decades, and nobody really realized it until Obama came into the picture. Remember when celebrities were just celebrities, and you just watched their shit, and you're like, oh, it's funny. Oh, he's funny. Because I was the same way. I was worrying, minding my business about my business. Entertainment, comedy, acting, whatever, writing, all this stuff. And all of a sudden, here comes Obama. And some celebrity I liked, I happened to catch a clip, and they're like going, oh, well, these fucking Republicans, I think I was fucking, like going, what? And I started seeing it so different then. And since that time, it's opened my eyes. And it's like, so it's just been this way, and we've just really hadn't paid attention. Well, thanks for bringing it to my attention. Now you're going to wade in your grave. You're fucked now. You got Michael Clive on you. Huh? Who's that? Oh, shut up, will you? Be quiet. It's not funny. All right. Speaking, one last thing here. We got this. This is good, huh? Bill Nelson, Florida. What has he done, first of all? What has he done other than this horrible facelift? I don't even know. I don't know what this is. Did he? I don't know. Did he? Or does he just have one of those faces where it just looks, they hit a certain age and they look like they had a facelift? I've heard of those people. Dude, you get a face? Stop telling me. No, I did not. Stop. You must just have one of those faces. Shut up. Imagine that. I don't know. I don't think he probably did. He's always had those weird eyes. But the guy hasn't done anything, really, that I can think of. Like Trump said, Rick Scott was calling him all the time. Nelson, he didn't call me about shit. He didn't ask for anything, so fuck him. Fuck him. All right, that's it. That's Reading Trump's tweets for today, which is November 13th, 2018, folks. Okay, and if you want to make it to 2019, well, you better, I don't know. There's a new, what was it, the attacks. Now there were some attacks on Israel. Jesus, these people, I swear to God, it's like, I'm just kind of thinking we're going to have some sort of religious war. I think it's kind of like, it must be inevitable. I mean, nobody listens to reason anymore. Nobody wants to listen to reason. All I know is it's not the Christians. It's not the Christians. And it's not the Buddhists. Yeah, you know it. I'm Michael Clive. We'll see you next time. See you, folks.